Remember who you are and what you stand for. Don't go to that STANFORD. Yeah, today I'm going to be talking to you and giving you a talk about finding yourself and your life purpose. And many times in our life we know very clearly what we stand for, but still, we're kind of miserable. And we feel that I'm not really living the life I should be living. There's this kind of feeling of misalignment. So what can we do about this? Is that we have to really understand that who we are and who we deem who we are not the same thing. And we might have, gotten on this path because some other human being was so kind of sure of himself that this is the right way, you should take this way, there's no other way. And we have kind of bought into that mentality. And if we become really conscious our own, ideas of how to live life might be actually adopted from the outside. And it might be just fine for you. It might be just your way to live. Yeah, but it also might be that it's really doing more detriment to you than good. And nowadays in the social media, for example, as a content creator, this is really important. Because when you start to look at the numbers, for example, you make YouTube videos and you look at the numbers and you try to kind of think, maybe should I make that video if this video kind of doesn't get the views? And this video did a little bit better, then should I make more of those kind of videos? I'm going to tell this to you that stop giving a shit about the kind of numbers and the feedback. If you can make it so that you don't even become conscious of it, you don't even know it. And then you will start to make content and you will start to be like you, more of a you, and less of a kind of a parrot or a kind of, how would I say it? A mirror image of your audience. You want to be different because you want to be a leader and not a follower. I don't know, I just want to be a leader, not a follower. You might not want to be that. You might want to be a follower. But what do you stand for? You have to understand that usually leaders know pretty sure what they stand for. And followers kind of get some of that certainty in their bones. And sometimes the leader might just seem like he's very certain. I'm sure that the most heinous leaders and also the best leaders on planet Earth's history, like Steve Jobs and Hitler and Gandhi and every kind of big leader there was, I'm sure they all felt inside of themselves pretty unsure if the cause they were on about was right. I'm sure about this even with, for example, like Hitler. I'm pretty sure he wasn't sure if this is right. But he gave the image to people that he's very sure, and they felt his sureness, and that's what they wanted, They wanted something to be sure about. And it's kind of like a drug addiction also. Usually people are drug addicts because they want something that they can rely on. There's this kind of uncertainty that they don't want to deal with in their life. Uncertainty. And when somebody comes to you and is kind of pitching you something that is about uncertainty and kind of making it seem like that's good, man. You won't probably listen to that, and that message won't be very sexy to you. compared to the message that is very sure, you know. But the fact is that the uncertain message might be more of a high quality and higher consciousness than the uncertain message. I mean the certain message. If somebody is 100% certain about something, you can be pretty rest assured that that's not the truth and that's not right, you know. So if you stand for truth, yeah, think about it. What did you stand for when you were born? Probably not for education and for going to Stanford. I don't know. Well, maybe you might have. I don't know. Maybe you were born with the Nazi flag on your fucking hand. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just gonna say that, freaking man, think about this. The next time you meet somebody who is very certain this is right. People want to follow those people, and that's understandable because it kind of alleviates their uncertainty. And I think about books in this moment. There was this book called The Labyrinth of Reason or something like that. Yeah. And it was a book about uncertainty, about unknowingness. Kind of a very deep philosophical topic. And then I think different kind of books where the writer was very certain that what he's writing about is kind of the truth. For example, a book maybe like God is not great compared to the labyrinths of reason. Think about it. God is not great versus the labyrinths of reason, which sounds more deep, you know. The other one is a statement, and the other one is kind of a mental image, you know. The other one is kind of like I'm trying to tell you how it kind of, I'm trying to show you, or I'm trying to speculate, or I'm trying to theorize, or I'm trying to understand myself how this what I am is. And the other one is like, I know that this thing is not great. It's fucking no good. It's, by the way, also the way that the book God is not great, you can listen to that for free. And the book The Labyrinths of Reason, it's out of print, I think, and it's very hard to find. I tried to order it once, but I couldn't get the book for myself. I would want that book, but I would have to probably order it from like eBay or something like that. So, as a conclusion, remember who you are and what you stand for. And don't go to that Stanford. Maybe it might be the best thing for you. I don't know. Who knows? It would be hilarious if Truth Detective traveled to something like United States and went. Truth Detective traveled to United States and went to a American university on a freaking loan, you know, something like Yale. Or, I wouldn't get inside of there like ever, but yeah, I don't have any interest in academia. And nobody in the academia probably won't give you this talk, because this talk is not very sexy, you know, and this talk, you know, they pay for their education, you know. They wouldn't want to listen to this, but this might be more valuable for you, for your future. So think about that. Thanks for watching this video.